Good evening, friends. This is Rahul Magan here as Group Chief Executive Officer at Treasury Consulting and also a venture capitalist. Standing today on 29th of June, I am going to be shooting a very important video about the future of energy or the introduction of blockchain in the energy sector. The reason for shooting this video is that Treasury Consulting as a group is heading into the energy derivatives. Our defense desk is currently under construction. I hope in the next 4 or 5 months it would be ready within this year before Singapore FinTech Festival, and we would be in a situation to offer all services in oil, petroleum, CNG, LNG and whatnot. But I am not here discussing that. I am here saying that petroleum sector is one of the most sensitive sector we have in this globe. This globe can run without a good politician. This globe can run without a good education system, and which anyways we are running, right? This globe can run without good mentors, but this globe cannot be run without energy. And energy is having multiple forms, which is oil, gas, CNG, LNG, LPG and whatnot. According to the knowledge which I gathered in the last several years, that there are more than 50 types of gases which we have in the world, which are known as the industrial gases, and apart from 50, how many they are, no one knows. So in the public domain there are 50 types of gases and 350 types of the petroleum products which we have. But sitting today, we are not here discussing, we are raising a very important point about how blockchain, which is again, and first of all, before raising this point, I would like to take an indemnification that I am not against innovation. Most of these people, those who are watching this video, they know me personally and they know that I am a pro-innovative person. I am the person who believes that challenge the status quo, always disrespect the status quo. But this doesn't mean that if I have an Apple iPhone in the hand, I start believing that I will click a button and I will go to the space. This is an unrealistic assumption. So pro-innovative, challenge the status quo doesn't mean that you're going to have unrealistic assumption. But nonetheless, the core point here to discuss is that in majority of the conferences in Singapore, there is an open fraud which is running, or open scam which is running. What is that open scam? Without quoting the name of any company, some company will came and they say we are creating energy tokens. Like recently, in the World Blockchain Forum, I got a chance to meet with one company. I don't name that company in the public domain. They said we are creating energy tokens. I said, okay, what is energy token stands? He said energy token means that the companies, the big oil companies like Shell, Exxon, Petronas, PetroChina, Singaporean companies and multiple, they are having huge debt in the books. I said, agreed. It's a long gestation period. Business. Oil is a long gestation business. Effectively, it's not a vegetable shop wherein you invest $1,000 and next month onward you start raising the money. No, it's not like that. It takes more than 10-15 years to start getting money. In fact, it is more gestation than any other business of the globe. Then he said, what do you do? He said, I am going to be creating the tokens of that securities which these energy companies issued. I said, okay. And I am going to be tokenize that on a crypto exchanges. I asked him 3 questions, and I am going to be asking 3 questions from you as well. I said, is that energy tokens or this is so-called digital finance which these blockchain people are selling, just like 5 years before they were selling the ICO. I already made a video that today there is a lot of fraud and lot of scams which are happening in the blockchain sector. A lot of people coming to me and saying that why you call this as a scam. Tell me one thing. On the name of the energy, you are creating a token which lies on the amount of money which is being raised by the companies in the petroleum business. We are entering into the petroleum business next year in the Saudi, Riyadh. We know it's a high capital oriented business. But does that mean that the money which I'm going to be raising, of course I'm not going to be raising, it's our own money, but can we tokenize that? And we put it on the crypto exchange? Is that is energy token? That is the meaning of that is the definition of the blockchain in the energy? I think what's happening in the blockchain is that on the name of the tokenization, like we need to take a paper. When we were kids, our teachers taught us the T table. So this is table, this is We used to make T tables to compare two people with each other. I think we need to make T table, and this T table, the left hand heading is pre-blockchain and now is the blockchain. In the energy sector and whatever sector you name, we have decided one thing. Like 5 years before, on the name of ICO, several companies, I think several thousand startups raised several millions of dollars. And today no one dare to speak that what is the status of these millions of dollars. Is these startups really exist or they are gone? Today on the name of the blockchain, and especially on the name of the tokens, right? These startups are raising a huge amount of money. How they are raising? I'll tell you. They come to you, they will give you a very fab picture. The fab means the fabulous. It's a short word used in Singapore, fab. They will give you a very fab business, fab outlook. Oh, Exxon, Shell, Petronas, PetroChina, Singapore Energy and whatnot. All the companies, they have trillions dollars of funding. Energy is the main sector. Let's tokenize that. And how much is the value of the token? $0.0001. You will say $0.0001 is nothing to me. Let's buy 13 token, 14 token, 100,000 token, 2,000 token. And how they befool you? On the name of this, they will give you few tokens free. Right? Now what happened? In these conferences, they always get few investors. Ultimately, they accumulate 1 million, 1 plus 1 million something, And after 2-3 years, if you ask them, where is the tokens? Where is the coin? Where is the present value of that token? Even these startups do not exist. To wind up this video, I would like to wind up this video with the 3 questions. Number 1, just like 5 years ago, when the world was talking about ICO and I was against ICO, majority of the people laughed on me, but now the same people are saying that ICO was a fraud. Is it legitimate that selling the dreams on the name of the token? Point number 2, and very important, is the role of the regulator is restricted? Is the regulator should not enter into these conferences? I'm not saying they should have a physical presence. Is the regulators of respective countries, Federal Reserve, European Central Bank, Monetary Authority of Singapore, HKMA and multiple, to have a watch that on the name of the tokenization these scams are going on? And number 3, how long the investors will continue to fool themselves that a fabulous fab, I call this fab because now you're residing in Singapore, you get few terms from Singapore. How long the investor can fab themselves on these stories, which makes no sense. With this, Treasury Consulting would thank you very much, but at the end, I'm not against no innovation. I'm pro innovation. Challenge the status quo, but that doesn't mean that I will not raise the voice on the unrealistic things which are happening. Because after 3 years, when these scams will come to the earth, at least you would have one YouTube channel wherein you will say, this person was warned us 3 years before that this is happening. He was not the part of the game, he was against the game. And we laughed on him, and today we are laughing on ourselves because our entire money is gone. So before entering into so-called securitization, just have a look and use your mind. Don't be an idiot, right? With this, Treasury Consulting, thank you very much. If you are a startup, you think that you have something good credentials, we have a WhatsApp group for you. We have multiple WhatsApp groups, you can join us. You know my mobile number, 919899242978. You know our fixed income platform, www.fixedincome.global. Have a good time. Talk soon.